Hey everyone, Dave Gandarillas here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. As you can see, I try to put out a video every couple days. Trying my best to do one every day. But if there's no real information, I don't want to just put videos out just to put it out, because I respect your time and know you're very busy, and I just want to put out information when it makes sense. And as always, you can follow my channel by subscribing and get alerted to new content when I put it out, and also come back and take a look at some of the other videos I have. I have a bunch of videos here about various things, and see something you like and interested in and take a look at it. But more importantly, make sure you subscribe to my channel, put on notifications, that way you'll get alerted when I put out a new video. Tonight I'm going to follow up a little bit on my last video about Bitcoin, bull market, bear market, what's next, and the important levels to watch. And I want to just kind of follow up with that, briefly. And in addition, I'm going to talk a little bit today about one of my other opportunities. And I say this in all my videos, but I'm going to say it again. This is a nice page. What I pay $10 a month for this page, and it allows you to put everything in one place. It allows you to kind of give your leads and your prospects the opportunity to come and take a look at everything that you're up to and decide for themselves which ones make sense for them. Now, certainly when you come here, if the information that I provide here is not enough for you to make a decision, certainly send me a message, open up the communications with me, and let's go over your goals, what you're interested in, what your skill set is, if you're new, if you're a seasoned marketer. All those things are important in picking the right opportunities to start so that you can be successful. So what most people do is they just pick an opportunity and not realizing that maybe the opportunity they pick requires them to be a leader and requires them to have the recruiting skills to bring new people on their teams, and then requires them to actually enable their new teammates to learn from what their sponsors know, so they can go forward and also build a team for themselves. So depending on where you are in that skill set, you want to make sure you pick the right opportunity to give yourself the opportunity very quickly to make some money, and also give you the time to build the skill set if you don't have it. So it's very important to pick the right opportunity, or you're going to get frustrated and you're going to quit and you're going to call it a scam. And really, it's just that you picked the wrong thing to start, or you haven't given it enough time to realize that you do have to go on a journey for yourself and develop the skill sets that you require to be an online marketer. I mean, it just doesn't happen overnight. Unless you're in, sales or something already, and you know how to talk to people and ask a set of questions so that they can give you the answers to those questions. And then from there, you have a better idea of what their goals are and what their skill set is and what they're looking to do. If you don't have that, you just don't get that overnight. So you have to be able to give it time to develop those skill sets. And the only way you develop those skill sets is with practice and doing it. So that's the other thing. Like, you don't just start an opportunity, sit back and just earn money. You have to put the time in. It's called sweat equity. You're gonna work hard, and you're gonna have to learn the skills. And I'm not gonna sit here and tell you otherwise, because if I were, then I'd just be lying to you. It just doesn't happen by miracles. I mean, you might get lucky and you might make some money very quickly, but very quickly you'll see that it doesn't last. And that's because you don't have the skill sets to be agile with the marketing techniques. You don't have the skill set to switch it up and change and do something different. The goal is to be different than everybody else. The goal is to brand yourself. The goal is to share either virtually or webinars or telecons or videos like this or social media, and get people to know who you are. What your personal goals are, what you're trying to do in this world, how you want to be the person that helps others succeed. Those are all the things that you need to kind of convey to people so that they know who you are as a person. Because, I mean, it's the saying that's always been said, right? There's always going to be an opportunity out there, but most of the time what you get is people want to follow the leaders, and when a leader comes up, has a new opportunity out there, if you've embraced that leader and you respect them and you see them as a person of influence, you're going to want to follow that person. So people buy people first and opportunities second. So you have to make sure you find that right leader that you believe in, and more importantly, you got to work on believing in yourself. All right, so again, it's already 5 minutes and all I've done was talk, but it's very important that I set the stage here for you guys to understand what it really takes to do business online and to grow at the exponential leveraging ways that you can do if you want to online. So with that said, I'm going to talk a little bit. Let's get the Bitcoin stuff out of the way first, and then I'll close it with a little bit of a discussion on Global Moneyline and just kind of show you ways that you can use Global Moneyline to build your business. So to get started, I pay the premium price for this tool. This is called Tradingview. I don't know if there's an affiliate part to this where you can make money doing this or not. I don't even worry about that. But this is an important tool for anyone that's looking to do trading either in the Forex market or the cryptocurrency market, or if you're learning technical analysis, you want to follow, you have a dashboard here where you can take a look at all the different people. People are publishing information here, about Bitcoin. So not only are should you be doing your own technical analysis, but you can go and kind of, go through and think what you want, what you see happening, and then compare it to what other people are saying, and then come up with an overall bias based on number of people's inputs. I mean, you don't want to just, be blind and closed and just do your own thing and not look to the left and look to the right and see what other people are saying. And people that have maybe been doing it a lot longer than you. I mean, I've been doing it for a couple of years, but there's people that have been doing trading, technical analysis is in either the stock market, futures, all the different ways. The technical analysis is applicable to all of those things. So once you if you decide to do and learn technical analysis, it's a skill set that you can apply to any market. So it's a tool and a skill set that no one's going to take away from you. It's going to allow you, if you focus and grow as a person the right way when you're thinking about trading and you're doing your trading, it'll allow you to be that 3% to 5% of the people that do trading and actually succeed at it. And most of the time, people are failing not because the markets are doing something bad that caused you to fail, but more importantly, you're not using risk management. You're not walking away and you're changing your stops and you're staying in the trade longer than you should. You're getting greedy and you're over leveraging your account. And your mindset is not clear. The most important thing is to work on your mindset and come up with plans and trading plans and strategies and come up with a loss per day. Just realize that you're not going to win every trade, and the goal is to minimize your losses and maximize your gains. Realize that you don't have to be in a trade every moment of the day. There's always going to be another trade, and what you should be doing is setting up a trap for whatever commodity, crypto, stock, whatever you're working on in terms of your focus. You want to set up the charts and wait for the trap to happen rather than going in blindly just because you're worrying about FOMO and missing out on a run or this and that. It's always going to be there. There's always going to be another trade. The best trade you can possibly do is one that you don't get in if you don't feel comfortable about it. So really, seriously, you got to work on all those things to become a successful trader. So I use this platform to kind of just see what other people have to say. You could click on it and then you can kind of visualize what they're saying. Look, right now this guy's saying is a head and shoulders forming. Here's a shoulder, and this is where we are. And then this is where we are right now. We're kicking back up. So this is one guy's, I didn't even think about this to look for this. I mean, my chart, if you remember, go to charts and then bring it up. This is where we were. Let me just clear this out so we can kind of start fresh, but not so fresh. We were over here, and I had drawn two resistance lines. One for a confirmation of an upside, and one where it was a critical resistance of 64.25, I believe it was. Yeah, 64.25, where if it passed it, it kind of broke the chance of this being an Elliott wave 1 to 2 on a uptrend. So it did break through. As you can see, there is a wick past the 64.22, but you know, as you can see here, I've drawn other resistance lines where, you know, this was the 64.20, but then this was the next low. So this could be still considered a triple bottom as long as it doesn't breach the approximately 6,000 range. And you can see it bounced off. And what you'll also notice is, you know, as there was a lot of FUD and articles coming out to drive this price down, there was some positive news that came out today and I guess the day before possibly, about Bitcoin. Bitcoin and Ethereum are based on the SEC. They're saying it's not a the heck was the term? I'm drawing a blank here. It's not a security. It's not a security, and it doesn't have to be regulated. So there was a big rebound, you know, in the market since that came out, and you can see. I mean, it took off. All right, I think somewhere around here was where it came out on the news yesterday. But more importantly, it's not a coincidence. All right, guys. I just moved the trend line here. Let me just get rid of that. It's not a coincidence. They're planning the articles. They're planning the releases of either negative and positive. People are manipulating the market, but charts don't lie. There's still technical analysis that you can do to show where we are. I mean, you know, I'm not the expert, so again, this is just my interpretation of the chart. But you can see pretty clearly how, you know, there's an Elliott wave down, and there's a rebound, there's no Elliott wave down, and then there was a rebound, and it stayed below, you know, didn't encroach on the previous wave, retracement of 1. So it was a valid Elliott wave, and I believe we're in we've finished it. I don't think we're going to go lower. I mean, now the positive news is coming out. The SEC is treating Bitcoin as not a security. We're going to start seeing more positive news coming out. There was another release about stellar lumens being added to an exchange in New York. So there's positive news flying out, and basically what these guys were doing. You know, the people that are influencing this market, because it's so new and there's the volatility and all that's into play, they wanted to get their positions in. So they wanted to drive this market down. I mean, it started from the beginning of the year, right? I mean, we were all the way up here. And it just drove it down. All along the way down, I guarantee you the smart money has been building a position. And now that all this stuff is coming through with the regulations and SEC, now all the big money already have positions in here. And if not, they're getting ready to very quickly. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is my opinion. Please, you know, don't take this as investment guidance, because I don't want to get in trouble, you know, saying that I'm telling people to invest. This is just my interpretation of the news applied to the charts using Elliott waves. You could see, again, I think I've done this on the last charts, but you can do a couple things. You can do Fibonacci retracements, right? So if you go to the low, you know, the retracement was almost up to 32.8. And then you know, it went down. But the next target after that, do another fib retracement from here to here, right? So this is the full move. This is the pivot, right? And you want to see if this is 1 to 2, 3 to 4, you kind of want to see where 5 might be. And ironically, right? I'm being sarcastic here. Ironically, you can see that it hit the 50, right? It hit this mark right here, and then drove down to the 23. Those are all algorithms at play. You know, it hit the 50 right here, boom, down to the algorithm target. Now, basically what's happening here is the algorithms are flipping. So now you're going to start seeing, you know, targets up in this range. Now you got to kind of figure out where that's going to be. And you want to apply, you don't want to just buy in. So if you have $10,000 budget, whatever your budget may be, you don't want to just buy in all at one time. So like anywhere, you know, above, where was that other line? I guess this was the line. You know, when the price action broke through this line and it was coming down, you know, what you could have been doing is you could have been buying a little bit here, 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 cost averaging your positions. It's called laddering. So you don't want to just buy everything at one time, because then it's going to go down and you're going to have to wait for it to go back. So if you bought 25% here, and then you bought another 25% here, and then you bought another 25% here, that last 25% or 50% or whatever it might have been at the lowest is going to turn your position into a profitable position faster as it returns higher. So by the time it hit here, if you would have bought everything right here, you would have just been breaking even. But if you would have laddered your way down, you would already be in a positive position right here by the time it hits the point where you would have bought everything at one time. So there is strategies like that you should be using, not just buying a single position, but figuring out you want to buy 20% now, 20% a little bit later, 20% a little bit later, you know, do 5 times. You know, you got to figure out what's good for you. But I would really suggest you know, taking, like, kind of dipping your toe in the water, you know, when you think that the levels are good. And really, you know, really what you really can consider is like this green box here. You know, that was the kind of the entry zone where, you know, looking back at the chart, you'll see there was a lot of support, right? It bounced, boom, it came up, came down here, boom, went up. It came up here, hit the ceiling, came back down, broke through, boom, and of course it kind of you know, I mean maybe this was a little wider, right? Something like that, because you kind of see that there was some floor and some support on this low side. And anywhere between here is where you should have been buying positions and getting yourself ready for the bull run, right? Even though it broke through that resistance line, you know, it just changes the way it's going to flow a little bit. I really don't see it going any lower, but that's my opinion. And it could. I mean, it could always be FUD out there that drives this thing lower, but we've seen a lot of support at this level. You know, I mean, it's a big range, 5,500 to 62, but, you know, even 5,000, right? Like right here. This would be like the ultimate. I mean, if you really wanted to open up the window, you know, somewhere in this range is where you should be targeting. So if you go back to like the main screen on Tradingview, you can see that there's people that are coming up with strategies and showing like the shoulder and where this could take it, you know, take it back up. So yeah, again, you know, you could come in here and you could read all this, you know, trend lines. All right, I mean, this is a trend line. So this guy is showing that there was a trend line that was broken, and then you see how it broke through here, and then now it became it's going to become a possible support line, and it's going to shoot up. So when it shoots up, you know, this other trend line is formed by these other peaks. So maybe if you buy in down here, you could be looking to sell. If you're a short-term trader, you're looking to sell some of your position when it starts approaching this line, because you're going to see that it's going to, you know, this is a resistance line. So it's going to be, you're going to see some trouble of it going through this, unless there's like an impulse, then it blows right through. But as it approaches here, smart money is maybe liquidating 50% of their position and waiting for it to fall back, and then when it finally breaks through, and then so it breaks through and then it checks. See how it broke through? It's going to come down here and check. This is the point where you should be looking to get in, and then boom. Now if you really want to get out short term, here's another trend line that it's going to hit some resistance here. It's going to hit some resistance here. When it breaks through here, it's going to hit some resistance here, because this is the next ceiling that it has. I can't really draw it on here because I'm not in a chart, but you can see here, if you connect this line to this line, you draw it all the way across, when it starts coming back, it's going to hit some resistance at 11,000 or so, 11,500. I mean, that's a way to go. I mean, it's almost 100% on your position if you get in at this low level. So that's a good buy. But again, I guess I'm just trying to show you that, there's, other than you doing your own chart analysis, this tool will allow you to kind of see what other people are saying. Like this guy's saying, based on his triple bottom here in this trend line, that, as it approaches 8K, it's going to see some resistance. But if you get in here and you go up there, that's like a 25% profit on your trade. So there's a lot of people posting stuff here. Now, like I said, here's the Euro USD. Right? This is totally different asset, but technical analysis applies to this as well. So I guess what I'm saying to you is, if you really want to take ownership of your future and learn a skill set that can give you dividends in terms of money and capabilities of you, like, basically there's a guy that I follow that basically said, if you don't know pips, don't worry too much. But basically what he's trying to say is, if you just make 5 pips a day, which is not a lot, it's not very hard to do if you do it the right way. Over time, if you compound those profits from each day, in a couple of years, your $5,000 account or $1,000 account can turn into $1 million account very easily. So it's the key of taking small profits often, not going for kills, being very strategic and sitting back and waiting for the traps to occur. Like, for example, this guy's setting this up. He's not saying to buy right now. He's just saying, like, if you position yourself to get in and it bounces off, this is a trap. He's working on a chart and coming up with a target area of where he can get in. What else? Let's see. Here's a suggested Euro USD buy. Actually, this is a sell. This is a short. So not only can you make money on the upside, you can make money on the downside. So this guy is figuring out the chart and coming up with scenarios where the return on investment is at least probably a 3 multiple, where you're risking, say 3%, and you're looking to make 10% on the trade if it works out. So that's the key. That's risk management. That's part of the thing I told you in the beginning of the video, where the biggest fault people have on their trading accounts is they don't stick to the risk management of only risking 3% of the account value, up to 3%. I mean, some people even say 2%, or 5%. It depends on if you're aggressive, if you're conservative, from somewhere between 2 and 5% is what you should only risk on any one trade. And the way you you set that risk level is coming up with a stop loss. And when you set that stop loss in your trade, you don't take it out. You don't move it as the crypto or the stock approaches it. You don't move that. You just walk away from the trade if it doesn't work out for you. Lick your wounds and get ready for the next trade. There'll be another trade. And if you stick to a 3% loss, you'd have to lose 33 trades in a row to blow your account. Whereas if you change your risk or you over leverage your account, you can lose your entire account in one trade. So as long as you stick by the rules and you practice your technical analysis, you follow other people, there's a low probability that you're going to lose 33 trades in a row, right? So, all right, anyway. So that's 25 minutes already. So, again, it looks like, Bitcoin's going to turn here. A lot of good news is coming out. So, figure out what's best for you. But anywhere in this range, is a pretty solid chance for you to get involved with Bitcoin. And there's other altcoins, but this is the most influencing crypto. That's kind of dictate everything else. So the other ones usually follow this one. So you don't necessarily have to buy Bitcoin, but if you wanna, it's a gold standard, so to speak, and it's it's a store of value. More than anything, it's the new gold. So it's certainly important to have some in your portfolio. But like I said, there's others as well. All right, so very quickly, I'm not going to go into the video. I'm not going to make a long video about how to use Global Moneyline. Just going to talk in general what this is all about. Global Moneyline is basically an advertising platform where once you join, anyone that joins after you, you can contact and share, ask them to connect with you on Facebook, send them to a video that you have about an opportunity. Everyone that's on here is either a business owner or interested in businesses or are looking for other people who are interested in businesses. So everyone's going to have the same mindset. So you're not going to be approaching cold leads where they don't even know who you are. They don't even know what you're talking about. They don't even know what online businesses are. These guys, mostly everybody that's in here will either be building Global Moneyline as a business or looking to Global Moneyline to share their other opportunities with people that are in Global Moneyline. So once you join Global Moneyline, and if you decide to upgrade the one-time fee, you're not going to want to share Global Moneyline with people inside Global Moneyline because everybody that sees your message is already a Global Moneyline member. So you want to either use Global Moneyline as a lead source to build one of your other opportunities or build Global Moneyline by sharing it on other social media sites such as Facebook, Twitter, Periscope if you use Periscope, number of the other ones that I have listed here. FutureNet, Instagram, create a blog, make a video on YouTube. There's other ways to build your business than within Global Moneyline. So again, if you're in Global Moneyline, do not try to build Global Moneyline by sending messages to other people in Global Moneyline because they're already a member. You want to use Global Moneyline to either build another one of your businesses that you have or use social media and other sites to share the opportunity of Global Moneyline. Anyone that is, or Facebook groups, for example, anyone that has a business is looking for leads. And that's what Global Moneyline is all about. And, again, the $20 level is a one-time fee. The $50, $100, $250, $1,000 are annual. They did just have a promotion where if you bought one of these, you actually got 2 years instead of 1 year for the same price. But that promotion is done right now. So what I would really suggest is start with the $20 level, make some money, make enough to upgrade, and as you make enough to upgrade, just continue upgrading to as high as you want to go. Each level has its own benefits. Basically, at the $20 level, you can send a message to 20 people. 50, you can send it to 50. 100, you can send it to 100. All the way up to 1,000, you can send it to 1,000 people. I have over 300,000 people that I can contact every month and send a message and invite them to join me on Facebook or other social media sites. Or if I have a video that I put together, I could ask them to take a look at my video, and if they're interested, reach out to me for further information, or make a little video about yourself and introduce who you are and what you're doing and ask them to connect with you. There's a number of ways. You got to think outside the box. You got to be unique and different. Don't just spam your link to the person, because people do, like I said in the beginning of my video, people will not just randomly join a link. The smart people and the people that are really going to build your business for you, with you, and as business partners, are smart enough to realize that they're just not going to join a random person. They're going to join somebody that they like, they know, and they trust. People buy people first, and then the business second. So, you want to just basically, introduce them to who you are, what you're doing, get them to connect with you, get them to follow you, kind of exchange some text messages, messenger messages, emails, whatever it may be, so that they know who you are. They have to get to know who you are. They got to get to know that they could trust you, that you're really interested in their success, and you're not just looking for a commission from them. Again, this is one of those businesses, the more people you assist to grow and to build their business, that's how you end up making more money for yourself, because it's leverage, right? You take a little percent, your teammate's going to make some money, say they make $1,000, you're going to make a percentage of what they make, and then you multiply that. It's a multiplication factor, it's a leverage factor, and that's how it becomes exponential growth. So up front, as you're building your team and you're not making that much money, but when you find the right people and you inspire them and they're inspired to build their teams, and then they have people that build their teams, you start getting the value of leverage. And that's how you start making more and more money by a smaller percentage of a lot of people's work. So it's one of the best things. Like if you compare it to a 9-to-5, most people don't want to help you. Most people want to just keep all the information to themselves. They're scared that they're going to get fired. They're scared that someone else is going to do a better job than them. That's totally out of the mix here. You want your team to do better than you. That's the goal. So you inspire them, and you give them the option and the resources and the websites and the content and everything that you could possibly do to assist them to grow. Because as they grow, you grow, and you guys grow together. So with that said, it's 32 minutes. If you're interested, come to my site here. The link for this portfolio will be in the video description. You could come here and you can take a look at the step-by-step video that I have. It's about an hour long about Global Moneyline. You could actually sign up for free. And then if you decide you want to grow this, you have two options. Either you can find 2 people that upgrade and then you automatically get upgraded, or you could decide to pay the $20 one-time fee. You kind of decide for yourself how you want your payments. And then as you become qualified at the different levels, people are going to send you the money directly. So it's not going to go through the system. You're going to get payments directly to your accounts from that other person. The system's going to track what level they're at and all that kind of stuff, but the payments go directly to you. So you don't have to worry about waiting for withdrawals and all that kind of stuff. The only payments that you're going to get from the system is the compound leverage, where you're going to start making 50% of your teammates' efforts. Where, like, they enroll someone that's on the $100 level, you're gonna get a payment of $50 from the system, because that payment's being made from another person to the system to get qualified. So the qualification levels, when people are paying, that's where you'll get money from Global Moneyline. But once you're qualified and you have, say, 5 new people join at the $100 level that you brought in, you're going to get 5 payments of $100 directly to your PayPal, directly to your Bitcoin, directly to your Payza. So again, if you don't understand something, please, if you're on my team, if you've joined me on using this link, certainly reach out to me. And on top of it, once you get started, once you upgrade to the $20 level, all these levels, each time you upgrade, let me know, because I'm going to add you to my team Rotator, where I promote this for you. All my teammates that are in this system with me, gets their referral links get added to our team Rotator, and as as I advertise this on the internet, you may randomly get a new person because of the advertising that I do for our team. So That's another thing that you got to make sure you do. Once you upgrade to the $20 level, send me your link. When you upgrade again, let me know, and I'll add you again. So like each time you upgrade on my team, you'll get another spot in the rotator with your link. So if you do all these levels, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You'll get 6 spots in the team rotator with your link. So you'll have a 6 times possibility of being selected randomly by the team, the link rotator, to present your link to the person that's joining as opposed to somebody else on the team. So please, any of these opportunities that you join with me, make sure once you upgrade and you have a referral link, send me your referral link so I can add you. I have one for all of these opportunities where I help build my team. So, okay, all right, so we're at 35 minutes. That's all I really wanted to say about Global Moneyline today. It's a great lead source if you're looking to build another opportunity, and it's a great way of earning money by building it itself, because each person that joins you, when they upgrade, you're going to get these payments directly in PayPal, Bitcoin, Payza, Litecoin, Ethereum. You could decide how you want it paid, and they send it to you directly. So, all right. So with that said, keep an eye on Bitcoin. Let's see how we're going here. I think we're going to be heading back upward here. We're going to be going this way from here on in, with all the good news that are coming out about the SEC's rulings and everything else. So do your own research. Practice the Elliott waves, the Fibonacci retracements, the Fibonacci extensions, everything that I've said so many times in my video. Refer to the video. When you look at the video, make sure you open up the show more, because there's a lot more information here. I talk about how to connect with me. I give you some information on links on joining some of the other ones. I kind of talk about what the video is about, and make sure you give you some key terms that you should go and research and learn more about. So with that said, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, click on the notification so you can get alerts, and I will see you tomorrow.